name is Paola Latorre, and my life lesson presentation is about the power of acceptance. After a long wait and a very long process this past 14 years, I've learned the true meaning of acceptance. I never in my life thought I was going to experience drastic changes like I did. But thanks to my mother, who is my leader, my guide, and my friend, I was able to not only pass different situations, but become a better person who accepts life the way it comes. I come from a traditional Colombian family with 3 children. And 15 years ago, after living in a wealthy and very unified family, my parents were threatened by a terrorist group in my city. Back then, as you all know, in my country, the situation was extremely dangerous, and a lot of Colombians left the country looking for protection. Well, I was one of them. After a bad episode in Colombia, my parents decided to send me here to US to study English, but the main reason for sending me here was to keep me safe. Due to different situations, they all had to stay, and at the age of 19, I was by myself in a country that I did not know, and even worse, I didn't speak a word in English. I was in my 2nd year at the university, and it was very hard for me to leave everything behind, especially my family. I was upset with the world. I was upset with what I was living. I never thought my life was going to change so drastically, and while I was in Colombia with my family, I always observed other people's lives. I never thought I was going to experience what they were living, whether it was positive or negative situation. I always thought I was going to be okay, and that will never happen to me. However, I gotta tell you, part of the beauty of life is that it's unpredictable. Nothing is permanent, and everything changes. And of course, a lot of things can happen that will transform who you are and what have impacted your life. While I was here, my first year of communication with my family was very limited, and for immigration status, I had to stay here for 10 years without being able to go back to my country or see my family for 6 years. I was sad, I was frustrated, I was alone. And my only moments of relief was when I was able to talk to my mother. She was the only one that could tell me exactly what I needed to hear to keep going. I will always remember the one day I heard her saying, "Everything is going to be okay. Look around you, there's people suffering, and we need to cultivate the ability to truly accept whatever comes and embrace it." And she was right. There are only 2 ways that we can take a problem. It's either accept what is happening, see the positive side of it, or fight against it and be miserable and struggle and be mad at the universe. But we really need to try to create the habit of looking at whatever happens through a positive mindset. Of course, life will bring many challenges like family loss, missing opportunity, or even change your plans. But when things are out of control, the only thing that you have to do is accept it. And I know it's not easy to embrace them when we're suffering and we wish those things will never happen to us. But if we start cultivating the acceptance in our life, we will see our past, our present, and our future from a different perspective. As my mother always said, we need to accept instead of resisting. That is the way you can make your life flow smoothly instead of roughly. After all these years, I've learned the true power of acceptance, and I discovered that I was happier and more peaceful when I accepted what had happened to me, instead of constantly fighting to change things. So I recommend you all to start practicing acceptance, because it will prepare you to live in this changing world where you never know what's going to happen next. Acceptance is like protecting yourself with your own shield. But let me clarify that acceptance is not all related to weakness or, a synonym of conformism or mediocrity. It's starting at the closer door and then go around. Don't try to fight it. Just instead of see the closed door in front of you, just look behind it and see how many other windows are open for you. Thank you.
These words will be written on my stone.